Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything.
Steve Kerr doubles down on Draymond Green, the best defender I've ever seen, even without the DPOY nod. After a gritty Game 4 win against the Houston Rockets, Steve Kerr didn't just talk about the scoreboard, he made a statement. And it was all about Draymond Green. While most of the spotlight went to Brandon Podziemski for his breakout performance, Kerr took a moment post-game to shine a light on the emotional heartbeat of the Warriors, Draymond. His message? Clear, confident, and unwavering. He's the best defender I've ever seen in my life. That wasn't just coach speak. It felt like a pointed response to the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year results, where Draymond was once again overlooked in favor of Evan Mobley. A statement game from Draymond. The Warriors' win wasn't pretty. It was physical, intense, and packed with playoff tension. And right at the center of the chaos was Draymond Green, doing what he's done for over a decade, setting the tone, anchoring the defense, and getting under the opponent's skin. From jawing with Dillon Brooks to diving for loose balls and locking down on the final defensive possession, Draymond reminded everyone why he's still one of the most feared defenders in the league, even if the official accolades don't say so. It's been 11 years of watching Draymond do this, game after game, Kerr said. What Steph is to shooting, Draymond is to defense. He's that elite. No DPOY, no problem, Draymond stays locked in. Green was a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year award alongside Dyson Daniels and eventual winner Evan Mobley. Many fans were surprised to see Draymond lose out, especially when he instead received the NBA Hustle Award, a nod to his relentless effort and intensity. And while some might expect frustration, Draymond's response was all class. He praised Mobley for his season and didn't seem bitter about the outcome. But when Cavaliers guard Darius Garland spoke out, suggesting Mobley didn't deserve it and that Green should have won, Draymond quickly pushed back, not because he wanted more praise, but because he didn't think Mobley deserved to be disrespected on his behalf. It was a subtle but powerful reminder of who Draymond Green is, a fierce competitor, yes, but also someone who respects the game, and those who play it at a high level. The legacy continues. Green may only have one DPOY trophy on his shelf, the one he won back in 2017 during the Warriors' title run, but to Steve Kerr and the Warriors, no award can define his true value. What Draymond brings doesn't always show up in stat sheets or highlight reels. It's in the grit, the leadership, the will to win. And in these playoffs, with Golden State chasing another deep run, that kind of presence is priceless. As Kerr put it best, he doesn't just defend, he raises the bar. He competes like no one else. And whether or not the voters see it, the Warriors, and the fans who've watched him for over a decade, know exactly what they've got. A ripple through the league. Kerr's words didn't go unnoticed. Both fans and analysts took to social media to weigh in. Some praised the coach for standing by his veteran star, while others reignited the ever-present debate about the Defensive Player of the Year voting process. Several NBA insiders noted that Kerr's comment, calling Draymond the best defender he's ever seen, was more than just flattery. It was a subtle jab at the voting body, a challenge to the league's tendency to favor rising stars over proven champions when it comes to awards. For many Warriors fans, it felt like a long-overdue defense of a player who's been the backbone of their dynasty for over a decade. Even some current and former players chimed in online, with respect pouring in from around the league. Draymond gets disrespected way too often, tweeted one veteran player. No rings without him. That's facts. The numbers back it up. Beyond the emotion, there's data to support Kerr's stance. In Game 4 alone, Green posted a defensive rating that rivaled any of his best playoff performances. He was everywhere, switching seamlessly, helping on drives, challenging shots at the rim, and dictating the pace without scoring a ton himself. He finished with multiple steals, a block, and perhaps most importantly, the game-sealing defensive stop in the final seconds, cutting off Houston's last hope of a comeback. His presence on the court visibly disrupted the Rockets' rhythm, forcing them into rushed shots and second-guessing their options in crunch time. And while Dillon Brooks continued to play the agitator role, it was clear Draymond had the upper hand, both mentally and physically, as the game wore on. Fuel for the fire. For Green, this isn't new territory. Being doubted, disrespected, or overlooked has been part of his journey since his rookie days. But what sets him apart is how he channels that energy. "I don't need a trophy to tell me who I am," Green said after the game. "I've been doing this for a long time, and if you know basketball, you know what I bring." His words weren't bitter, just real. And for a player who's built his legacy on grit, intelligence, and competitive fire, it was exactly the kind of message fans expected from him. What it means for the Warriors moving forward. With the Warriors now up 3-1, one game away from closing out the series, the team looks as locked in as ever. Podziemski's breakout. Curry's leadership. Wiggins slowly finding rhythm. And Draymond, anchoring it all, not just with his defense, but with his voice. If Golden State wants to make a real push in the West, they'll need this version of Draymond Green, motivated, locked in, and with something to prove, even if it's only to himself. Steve Kerr's praise wasn't just about one game. It was about legacy. About identity. And about reminding the world that championships aren't won by scorers alone, they're won by defenders like Draymond Green. Brandon Podziemski woke up after what he saw on ESPN. Good players, great players. Brandon Podziemski made a statement in Game 4 against the Houston Rockets, and what he saw on ESPN before the game might have been exactly the wake-up call he needed. With the Golden State Warriors now just one win away from the Western Conference semifinals, Podziemski stepped up when it mattered most. The Warriors took a 3-1 lead in the series after a narrow 109-106 win, and while Stephen Curry chipped in with 17 points, it was Podziemski who truly turned heads. This was, without question, the breakout performance of his young playoff career. 26 points, lights-out shooting, and a presence that couldn't be ignored. From struggles to spotlight. Coming into Game 4, Podziemski had a tough run. He scored just 10 points combined in the first 3 games, including a scoreless Game 2, where he admitted not feeling his best. But that all changed when he saw a graphic on ESPN that didn't even list him among the top scorers in the series. Speaking after the game, Podziemski shared what lit a fire in him. "I saw the stats this morning on ESPN. Steph was leading, then a few Rockets and Jimmy Butler was up there too, and he only played one game," he said. "That told me it was time to step up. I just wanted to do everything I could to help Steph and take some of the pressure off him." Owning the moment. This is Podziemski's first taste of playoff basketball, after the Warriors missed the postseason last year during his rookie season. But instead of shrinking under the spotlight, he leaned into it. "You've got to tell yourself you belong here," he said. "Good players show up. Great players live for these moments. They don't shy away from them." And that's exactly what he did. Respect from the top. Head coach Steve Kerr had nothing but praise for the 21-year-old guard after the game. "Brandon's incredible. He might be in his second year, but he plays like a seasoned vet. Confident, composed, he was the key to everything tonight." Veteran Draymond Green, who had encouraged Podziemski to take charge this series, also gave him his flowers. And now, with momentum on their side and just one more win to go, it's hard to see the Warriors letting this opportunity slip. Brandon Podziemski didn't just show up, he announced himself. And the league is watching. The league is watching, and so are his teammates. Podziemski's performance didn't just turn heads on the court, it sparked conversation off of it as well. Social media lit up with praise for the 21-year-old, with fans and analysts alike highlighting his maturity, confidence, and the clutch timing of his breakout. Warriors veterans didn't hold back either. Klay Thompson, when asked about Podziemski's performance post-game, simply smiled and said, "That kid's built for this. He works like a pro and plays with no fear. You can't teach that." Even Stephen Curry, the undisputed leader of the team, was vocal in his praise. "We've seen what he can do all year," Curry said. "But to do it on this stage when we needed it most, that's a different level. That's what makes you a real one in this league." Turning the tide. Before Game 4, there was growing concern about the Warriors' lack of consistent scoring outside of Curry. With Andrew Wiggins struggling and the bench rotation still in flux, the pressure was mounting. Podziemski didn't just ease that pressure, he flipped the momentum of the series. He knocked down more threes in Game 4 than in Games 1 through 3 combined, moving with confidence, creating space, and attacking mismatches. His energy on defense also sparked transition opportunities, a trademark of Warriors playoff basketball. Coach Kerr's trust pays off. Steve Kerr's decision to give Podziemski extended minutes was a gamble, but one that paid off in a big way. He earned those minutes, Kerr said. Every practice, every film session, he shows us he's locked in. Tonight, he didn't just play, he led. That trust has become a theme in Golden State's locker room, veteran leadership empowering young talent. Podziemski is just the latest example of that culture delivering results when it matters. Looking ahead, a golden opportunity. Now up 3-1 in the series, the Warriors return to Chase Center for Game 5 with a chance to close things out in front of their home crowd. Momentum is firmly on their side, and the emergence of Podziemski adds a new layer of depth to a team known for rising in the postseason. For Podziemski, though, the message is clear: the work isn't done. We've still got games to win, he said. I'm proud of tonight, but I'm already thinking about what's next. This is just the beginning. And if Game 4 was any indication, the beginning might be the birth of a new star in the Bay Area. ESPN analyst says Jimmy Butler's fit with Warriors is better than his Miami Heat runs. Jimmy Butler might have finally found the perfect place to elevate his game, and possibly win it all. His arrival at the Golden State Warriors, alongside Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, is already turning heads across the league. In Game 4 against the Houston Rockets, Butler was in full command. He dropped 27 points on 58.3% shooting, didn't commit a single turnover, and helped the Warriors take a commanding 3-1 lead in the series. It wasn't just a big performance, it was a message. And ESPN's Jay Williams is all in. This is the best fit of Jimmy Butler's entire career, Williams said during an ESPN segment. He multiplies effort, creates defensive chaos, and plays smarter than ever. He steals more than he fouls. That's not just talk. The numbers back it up. Butler has fully embraced his playoff Jimmy persona since the moment he landed in the Bay Area. He's shooting over 50% from the field in the series, has just 1 turnover across all games, and only 3 personal fouls through 3 matchups. That kind of discipline is rare, especially in the postseason. From underdog to title contender, Jay Williams emphasized that Butler's impact goes far beyond the stat sheet. He recalled Butler's remarkable playoff runs with Miami, dragging undermanned rosters to the NBA Finals in 2020 and the Eastern Conference Finals in 2023. Look at those Miami teams, Williams said. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, Kelly Olynyk, Solomon Hill, Goran Dragic, Jimmy led them to the finals. Then you've got Caleb Martin, Max Struss, PJ Tucker, Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry. He got them to the conference finals too. Now imagine giving Butler something he never had in Miami: a generational shooter in Steph Curry, a defensive anchor in Draymond Green, and a roster that knows how to win championships. That's what Williams calls dangerous. A championship feel in the air. Even though the Warriors haven't closed out their first-round series just yet, the buzz is back in San Francisco. The chemistry is clicking. The confidence is rising. And the Warriors, who looked shaky earlier this season, suddenly look like contenders again. Butler's arrival didn't just boost the Warriors' roster. It reignited belief. His unique blend of efficient scoring, lockdown defense, and turnover-free basketball has slotted seamlessly into Golden State's veteran core. The trust, the toughness, the timing, it all feels right. Pair a guy like Jimmy with someone like Steph, and a team that already knows how to win. Williams said, "You're not just dreaming about the finals. You're expecting them." If Golden State keeps this momentum, we might be witnessing the start of something special. And Jimmy Butler might have finally found the franchise, and the moment, that defines his legacy. The league is paying attention. Butler's seamless integration into the Warriors isn't just making waves in the Bay Area, it's sending shockwaves throughout the league. Front offices, analysts, and even rival players are taking note. The message is clear: Golden State is no longer the aging dynasty clinging to its past. With Butler in the mix, they've retooled, recharged, and possibly reignited a new championship window. Several league insiders have hinted that other contenders may already be adjusting their strategies in anticipation of a deep Warriors playoff run. One anonymous Western Conference executive reportedly told The Athletic, "That's not the same Golden State team we scouted earlier this season." Butler changed everything: his energy, his discipline, his mindset. He makes them scary again. Even Eastern Conference stars like Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo have recently referenced the Warriors' playoff switch in post-game interviews, acknowledging that the West might be running through San Francisco once again. Curry x Butler, A partnership built on trust. One of the most surprising and most promising elements of this new Warriors look is the chemistry between Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. On paper, it seemed like an odd match. One is a laid-back, light-hearted marksman, the other, an intense, emotionally charged competitor. But on the floor? It's pure synergy. Butler has embraced his role as the defensive tone-setter and secondary scorer, allowing Curry to work with more freedom off the ball. And Curry, in turn, has leaned into Butler's leadership presence on the court, something that allows Draymond Green to focus even more on anchoring the defense. Head coach Steve Kerr praised the duo's natural connection. Jimmy brings a level of toughness that elevates everyone around him. He and Steph just get it. There's no ego, just winning. Warriors fans reinvigorated. After an up-and-down regular season filled with roster uncertainty and aging concerns, the Butler trade has been a jolt of adrenaline for Dub Nation. The Chase Center is buzzing again. Jerseys with Butler across the back are flying off shelves. Ticket sales surged by nearly 20% after his first 2 games as a Warrior. Social media lit up after Game 4, with clips of Butler's smothering defense and clutch mid-range shots going viral. "This is the Warriors team we missed," one fan tweeted. "And Jimmy might be the missing piece we never knew we needed." What's next? With a 3-1 lead over Houston, the Warriors are in prime position to close out the series at home. If they do, a second-round clash with either the Timberwolves or Lakers looms, and both matchups promise fireworks. And if Butler keeps playing like this, Golden State won't just be a playoff surprise, they'll be a full-blown problem. For Jimmy Butler, it's not just another postseason. It's possibly the best chapter of his career. The perfect system, the perfect teammates, and finally, a real shot at the one thing that's eluded him so far, a championship ring.